Hey everybody, isn't it great? This is Hadley Starkey coming to you today, and wanted to reach out to you and kind of give you the post-op review of my bariatric surgery. I'm now 3 days removed from having the surgery done here, and I didn't do a video at the hospital because I forgot to take my phone charger and my phone died. I had my surgery done on Monday. Today is Thursday, and Dr. William Arnold was the one that performed it. Now, this guy is a fantastic surgeon, and his reputation kind of precedes him along the way, but we had a real good time before the operation talking, and a lot of people had reported in some of their comments about having the surgery themselves that they hadn't seen much success because their doctors would only take 60 to 70% of their stomachs. Well, I wanted to make sure because internationally they do 80% from what I heard. But I asked my doctor, I said, hey doc, tell me how much of my stomach are you going to take? And he said, well, my goal is to get between 80 and 85%. And I said, well, for me, since I'm big and tall, let's go for more. Let's go for the 85%. So at the end of the day, I think that's what he finally did. He said the surgery went well. I was under the knife for about an hour. They had 4 students standing in on the operation. And I wish I could have filmed this, at least until I went out, because it's very different going from pre-op into the operating room. And in pre-op, things are a little bit more cozy and whatnot. You have great conversations, but I really felt like when they rolled me into the operating room, I was in a freaking meat locker. That place was stone cold, and it was a really eerie feeling. And if I was going to back out, that would have been the best time to do it, because I just felt really uncomfortable. This is really the first surgery I've ever had in my entire life. So anyway, went through that, and the post-op was great. The doctor came by the next day because they keep you overnight typically, and I was in so much pain and I was nauseated, had a lot of gas, so they decided to keep me an extra day. But he came by the first day, and then all of his team came by, and even on the second day, they all came back by again. So I really felt from a standpoint of not being a number to actually being a cared about patient. And so I think you really need to find that looking at Google reviews and things like that about your doctor that's going to be doing your surgery. And the other thing about my doctor is that he doesn't impose a lot of the restrictions that I see other people having to go through. For example, many of you will be told that you have to go on a liquid diet 10 days a week before your surgery. He didn't make me do any of that. He told me to eat normal up until 8 hours before surgery. And typically they tell you don't eat anything after midnight. My surgery was scheduled for 2 p.m. the next day, and I got to the hospital at noon per their requirement. But he didn't get me in. He was an hour and a half late getting me to surgery. So I could have eaten breakfast that day. I could have had my coffee. So for that part, it was criminal. Anyway, but no, the surgery went well. I'm already feeling a big difference. Obviously, no weight loss to report just yet. But the one thing that I'm excited about is I've got more chins than a Chinese phone book. And I'm wanting to get rid of my diabetes diagnoses. With that, I'll lose the peripheral neuropathy that I've got. It's so painful. And the weight loss. I tried a lot of different things before going into this surgery. I went on a 16-8 fasting, intermittent fasting. And I did that with tremendous success. And it immediately brought down my A1C. Excuse me. I was at 11.3, and it took me down to 7.2. And then I scheduled the surgery. And then my younger sister, I've got 2 sisters, so I'm going to talk about both of them here. My other sisters said, hey, why don't you try this carnivore diet? So that was Thanksgiving, and I thought, okay, the surgery's scheduled, but I'll do this carnivore diet anyway. So I postponed my surgery, not once, but twice, because I wanted to give the carnivore diet a chance. And the one thing that was revealed through the carnivore diet, and the carnivore diet is just eating meats, just protein, bacon, eggs, butter, and beef. And so I did that. And I was very strict and very hard on myself. But what unfortunately happened was I gained 20 pounds. That's right. I gained 20 pounds because the side effects of many of the medications I'm on was weight gain. So when I didn't have the carbs to burn, I gained the weight. It didn't work. So as a result, I went ahead and scheduled the surgery, and now I've had that with great success. So I'm really excited to see where the weight loss goes. I'm at a size 52 waist right now. I'm hoping to get down to 42. I'm at 328 pounds officially when I had the surgery done. I'm hoping to get down. I don't really look good under 200 pounds, but just to say that I've done it, I want to get down to 199 pounds. And then I want to take it back to 220, 230, somewhere in there. That's what's best for me, I believe. But anyway, if you're thinking about doing this surgery, you have to do what's best for you. And when you're doing that, you're going to see a lot of negative Nancy's out there. You're going to see a lot of people that had second thoughts about it or regretted it, but they didn't have the end goal in mind. And I've already expressed to you what my end goals are for this. So that's what I looked at going forward, because it's very easily to be talked out of the surgery because of all the negative things people have experienced. But when you're looking at the positive side and what it's going to do for your life and how it's going to change things for you, then that's what you stick with, that's what you go with, and don't look at all the negative noise. So that's it for here for now, and I hope that this is helping you make a decision for your own life to either get the surgery or not get the surgery. But I recommend, if you're thinking about it and you've got concerns about weight loss, this is the absolute best way to go. There's a lot of hoops to jump through if you've got an insurance company that's going to cover it for you. I recommend doing it in the United States, and I recommend finding a doctor that's got great reviews, like I said before, and then talking to your doctor. All right, friends, I hope you have a great day. Stay amazing. Bye for now.